Hello, everybody out there in YouTube land. Mark Allen Gunnels here. I am back on YouTube to do a series of readings from my new collection, Curtain Call and Other Dark Entertainments, which came out last week from Cemetery Dance Publications. It is a digital-only release. I don't know how well the cover will show up here, but it is a absolutely gorgeous cover. And like I said, it came out last week from Cemetery Dance, which is a huge deal for me. Cemetery Dance, that's like a dream publisher to work with. They have a great reputation. They work with a lot of really big names, so it actually means a lot to me that they were willing to put out this collection. It makes it a very special book for me personally. And I want to do some readings just so people can get a taste and maybe encourage them to give it a try. And I'm going to start with a story entitled Fates. And I'm just going to dive right into it. Sherry tried to move, but her restraints were tight and would allow her only to turn her head. There wasn't much to see. Other than the table to which she was tied, the room was bare. No furniture, no framed photos or prints on the plain white walls, no carpet covering the dusty hardwood floor. The room was empty, except for him. He stood in the far right corner by the only door, one leg bent and the foot propped against the wall, his arms folded across his chest. He hardly seemed to move. His chest didn't even appear to rise and fall with his respiration, and for the several minutes she watched him she would have sworn he didn't blink. Almost like he was an inanimate object, a piece of decorative statuary. And then he sneezed, 3 times in rapid succession. Then he sniffled and said, "Excuse me," in a soft, well-mannered voice. Sherry attempted to speak, but the gag prevented anything other than a muffled mumbling. Her vision blurred, and she felt tears trickling down the sides of her face. "I know you're not very comfortable," the man said, "and I'm sorry about that, but there's really nothing I can do. I didn't want to bring you here, but they insisted it was the right course of action." They? She turned her head from side to side again, trying to arch her back and neck to see behind the table. But there was no one else in the room. Perhaps sensing her confusion, the man smiled. And it was such a gentle smile. Not the smile of a man who would bash her over the head and drag her to wherever the hell they were, and strap her down to a table in an empty room, and stuff something that tasted like old wet clothes smell in her mouth, and explained, "I'm talking of the Fates. I'm merely a slave to their whims and fancies. I can make no move without first consulting them, and they guide me in the proper direction to go. So you see, in a way I'm as much a victim as you are." The tears streamed more copiously down the sides of Sherry's face, forming a salty puddle beneath her head. This guy was a total lunatic. She tried to spit the gag from her mouth so that she could scream for help or plead for mercy or just curse her captor. Whatever was stuffed in her mouth, however, was covered by duct tape and would not be dislodged. The man moved forward. Such a genuine facsimile of concern and compassion on his face, Sherry could almost forget he was a crazy bastard. Almost. "Oh my, do you want me to take the gag out?" Sherry nodded furiously. "Well, I would, but I'll have to ask them first if it's okay." He came up right next to the table, and then bent down, dropping out of Sherry's line of sight for a few seconds. When he rose back to his full height, he held something in his hands. Something round and black and about the size of a baseball. He turned it over, and she saw the white circle with the number within, and only then did she realize what she was looking at. A magic 8-ball. Okay, that's just a little bit of the story Fates from Curtain Call. It is available on Amazon, and it's 10 stories, a lot of them set actually in the local areas in which I live, so if you're so inclined, give it a try. Thanks.